Guys, just a quick video here. Just wanted to do a 5 forgotten classics of the 90s. So it's a thread I've been seeing kind of tossed around here through the vinyl community, and I thought it was pretty fun. So that is the time I grew up in, and I have lots of experience with the 90s. And yeah, sadly, a lot of those albums, just like with any decade, kind of get lost in the mix or whatnot. So hopefully these are some albums that you also like, or maybe forgot about, or enjoy, or never heard of, who knows. So anyway, let's just get that started here. I have 2 records, and then I'm going to show 3 CDs. So start off with the CDs first. First one would be Poe, with her release here, Hello, on, I believe, Atlantic Records. Great album. I was in high school when this came out, and she did actually come here to perform, and sadly, much like another artist on here, I didn't go. And I am now kicking myself for that. So kind of funny side note, there's a that is my copy that I've had since high school, with the BMG barcode on the back, or lack thereof barcode. But yeah, great album. Kind of, how would trip hop, I would say, influenced quite heavily. But yeah, Poe, Hello, great album from her. So there we go, number 1. These are actually in no particular order. Next up, another band that actually played at the same venue, and kicking myself yet again. That Poe is getting re-released on vinyl at some point. I know this past record store day it was released and I missed it, but I do believe this has a release on vinyl here I'd like to get eventually. But yeah, Case Choice. This is Paradise and Me. Another classic from the 90s in my opinion. Duo, I think they're husband and wife, if I remember correctly. She does the vocals, but big track off of this, which is a great one, Not an Addict. Just some great 90s alternative music here in my opinion. Only Dreaming is great. Old Woman, Something's Wrong is pretty amusing. So all in all, great album. I'd say probably no track on here it was worth skipping. So good album all around. So anyway, moving right along here. This is one that I've come into contact with here more recently, and I did post it on my stories here. Of course, we're all familiar with the song Right Here, Right Now. But this whole album is fantastic in my opinion. There might be a slight bit of 90s cheese on there, here and there, but man, I really like this album. Good stuff in my opinion. So yeah, Jesus Jones, Doubt. Worth checking out. If you haven't heard the whole thing, I'd recommend it. Their album before that, Liquidizer, too, that came out in '89, is really good. And 2 records here. First off, we have Super Drag with Regretfully Yours. Good stuff here. This has the track, the big hit off this, Sucked Out. Pretty big song in the 90s on 90s alternative radio back in the day. Slot Machine's a great song. Phaser. This whole album's really good, and I'm glad I scored a copy of this on vinyl when I did, because this thing has really shot up in price. But great album in my opinion from Super Drag. And last but not least, keeping this short, we have Refreshments with Fizzy Fuzzy, Big and Buzzy. Now this whole album, me and my friends played to death, so I know this thing front and back, and it is just a gem of an album in my opinion. So of course, Refreshments did the theme song to King of the Hill, but they're a lot more than that. This album in particular is fantastic. I would highly recommend checking this out if you've not heard it, or if it's been a while since you have heard it, I would recommend going back and giving it another spin. So anyway, all right, well, that's just 5 albums here off the top of my head that I thought of for 5 forgotten classics of the 90s. So anyway, all right guys, hope you're doing well, and we will talk to you later. All right.